DJU go crazy.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what it do. It's the kid DJU. They call me DJ University. You can find me on YouTube at DJUTV. You feel it? So, becoming a man, what y'all on, gang? Y'all feeling good? Man, I appreciate y'all coming outside today. It's MLK Day. It's cold, below zero outside. But y'all got up and y'all came to show y'all face. I appreciate y'all presence. So I'm not gonna hold y'all no further. I have a very special guest that I got a series of questions I want to ask. This young man has become a great hip-hop artist, from our city. A great father, a great brother, a great role model. I want y'all to make some noise right now for Herbo.
Make a left right here. Make a left right here. Who's outside? How you got? Hell, we outside. We can't leave no witnesses. I don't last. Fuck it.
We got Herbo in the building.
I'm gonna grind when they hit. I'm on time when they wait. I'm a shine.
Okay.
Where them killers at?
Outside.
Where my niggas at?
Outside.
Where them at? Outside. Outside. Okay. Outside. Okay. Hey, outside. Chicago is
Give it up for Herbo one more time.
This Chicago.
Everybody take a seat.
Herbo, what you on, gang?
Everybody take a seat.
Feeling good, man. It's definitely a blessing to be able to share this stage with you today.
Have a seat. We need everybody to please have a seat.
But welcome to Bill, man. This special MLK Unity Edition. You feel me? How you feeling today, Herb?
Feeling good, man. I'm happy to be here, man. How everybody feeling in the building? Thanks everybody for coming out.
For sure that. Well, brother, you know, I always be having questions, you know.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, I'll be having questions, but today I got a series of questions for you today. The first question I want to ask, you know, since it is MLK Day, you know, we grew up learning about Dr. King and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks, you know, but what was it about Dr. King that stood out to you the most?
His patience and empathy for people and forgiveness. One thing that, you know, that stood out to me the most growing up and learning about Martin Luther King and just how he was able to forgive people and see the good in everybody, no matter what it was, you know what I'm saying? And that take a real special person to be able to do that.
For sure that. We know Dr. King was real strong when it came to pushing peace for real, right?
Exactly.
So, do you believe peace is important nowadays?
Absolutely, man. Without peace, it's hard to, you know, function. You can't really do anything without peace. Of course, peace of mind, peace within self, peace amongst each other, unity, you know, that's all important. And that's something that Dr. King preached from, you know, times where we didn't even understand what, you know, the importance was and what he did for us, for everybody here in this room today. So, you know, without peace, I feel you can't function as a human.
And you know, we hear the word peace a lot, right? But what exactly is peace? How would you define the word peace?
You know, serenity, balance, you know, being leveled out, you know, that's peace for me. Peace is being able to navigate, you know, and see things in a way where you're the best version of yourself, you know what I'm saying? So having peace is, you know, how I describe it is being able to see things for what they are on a level playing field so you can act and react in a positive way, you know?
For sure that. Now, seeing as though we are, you know, talking to the youth right now, if you could go back to, let's say, age 14, 15, maybe 16, you know, like your teenage years, what would you tell yourself, or some advice you would give to yourself?
Oh, man, that's a good question. If I could talk to my younger self at that age, I would probably tell myself to not take things for granted. You know, not take time for granted, because you know when you're young, you think, oh, I got tomorrow, I got next week, I got next year. But if you actually dedicate yourself and stay focused and have a goal and a vision and actually see where you want to go in life, it's easier to go, and it's easier to do that when you are young, because you set the foundation for yourself for the rest of your life. So I want all the kids in here to know that every single day, even when you're young, you can work towards being who you want to be and going where you want to go in life, you know what I'm saying? So these days are important when you are in elementary school, when you are in high school, because this is literally the beginning of the rest of your life. So if I could go back and talk to my younger self, I would definitely say not to take things for granted, you know, and to actually, you know, go full-fledged and lock in on my dreams at an early age.
For sure that. So we know you was raised on the east side of Chicago. Can you tell us like some parts of your childhood that you enjoyed that you probably don't typically talk about?
Yeah. One of the parts, like key times of my childhood that I enjoyed the most was playing AAU basketball, playing basketball for AAU teams and playing for the community youth. And I talk about it like a lot of my raps, but I don't really get to, you know, like really explain and go into detail of how it really changed, what saved my life and kept me out of trouble, you know, because basketball was a safe haven for me, you know, no matter what background, where you come from, or what you got going on. Once you get on the court, you're able to release that, and people from all over different backgrounds are able to unite and become brothers, you know. So that's why I first learned like brotherhood and to be a team player and a leader and stuff like that playing basketball.
For sure. Any basketball players in the building? Okay, we got some hoopers in here. So, when you were a kid though, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be in the NBA. That's what I wanted to do, yeah.
Okay. So where did your hoop dreams fail?
I started to really lean more towards rap when I was like a freshman in Southmore High School. I started to get good at it, and I started to like it a lot. And I found purpose in it. You know, I felt like it was my calling when I started to really lock in on music and just the energy around me and the people, you know, the responses that I would get from people when they heard my music. It made me feel like, you know, I was doing something important. So I would say when I was about 15, 16 years old, when I really decided like, all right, I'm gonna choose rap.
Okay. And seeing as though this is MLK Day, you know, Dr. King is known for his famous I Have a Dream speech, you know. Can you remember when you had your early rap dreams, when you had dreams of being as big as you are today?
Yeah, man. And you know, like I said a few questions ago, you gotta have vision. So when I started to really choose that I'm gonna do music fully, I had a vision and I had goals to actually be where I am today. I didn't really see it, but I manifested it. I knew that I wanted to be a star, you know what I'm saying? And as early as probably me being 15, 16 years old, because that was when like YouTube was starting to pop, and it started to like, you know, my career and my buzz started to like move pretty fast at a young age. So I had to like kind of see like where did I want to take my career, you know? So like I said, man, if you have vision and you really set goals for yourself and like milestones and you work each day to get to it, it started to like happen right before your eyes, man. So I always had a plan of really, you know, becoming a star when I first decided to do it officially, like.
For sure, that's what's up. So let's talk about mental health, right? Can you tell us why is mental health important to you and what led it to becoming a focus of yours?
Mental health is important to me because, you know, growing up in, you know, like poverty-stricken communities and growing up, especially in the neighborhood I grew up in, it's not talked about. You know, it's pretty much non-existent, and it was when I was growing up. So what I mean is like me seeing like murders as young as me being 9 years old and having to go to school the next day and not really understanding what that did to me mentally because it was so normalized, where it's like even my mom sent me to school the next day, you know what I'm saying? There's not no therapist in the black community. It's not nobody really openly speaking about the things that we see and we endure. So when I started to learn more about it as an adult, you know, me being like 21, 22 years old, and I'm wondering, why do I think this way? Why am I always in fear of my life? Why am I always so paranoid? And that just comes from trauma and generational trauma that was put on me that I didn't even understand what it was, you know. So in the black community, you know, we destigmatize mental health and the importance of it and what it means. And I'm sure everybody in this room has had some type of traumatic experience, and it don't matter if it's 1, 5, 10, or whatever. It does something to your brain where, you know, certain things may trigger that, you know, and it's probably hard to let it go. So as young as me being 13, 14, I used to, you know, have nightmares and not be able to sleep at night and stuff like that. And I'm wondering, why am I always, you know, in fear of my life? When I'm going somewhere on a bus stop, I'm worried about if somebody gonna jump on me or if somebody gonna pull up shooting or something like that, you know, and that all comes from having post-traumatic stress disorder. So when I started to learn what it was, is when I openly talked about it, because a lot of us understand it and we all relate to it. So somebody like me, who they look up to when they think, oh, like my life is extravagant or anything like that. See, I'm the type of person, I never feel like I'm above or beneath anybody. You know, we all the same, we all got the same power, we all got the same ability to go out and strive and do what you want to do. But if you don't really have the right, you know, mental capacity, it's hard to go and focus. It's hard to go through a show. It's hard to focus in school. It's hard to focus on a basketball court if you're thinking about these things that's just, you know, not that just keep replaying in your brain. So it's important to me because I just want to be able to help and just be able to, you know, be somebody for my people with a voice to be able to you know, tell people that I am a product of my environment. I'm just like you, and if I could do it, you can do it. So that's why speaking on mental health was important to me.
That's what's up, brother. Now, can you tell us, what changes do you feel like you had to make as a young man once you became a father?
Discipline, having discipline. You know, being a father is a lot of things that you just can't do anymore because I live for my children, you know. So before I, you know, might go out to this party or go out and do this or do that, you know, I'd rather just, you know, spend that time with my kids. And sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, you know. You gotta sacrifice fun, you gotta sacrifice, you know, a lot of things that you might want to do for yourself materialistic wise, you know. So being a father taught me discipline, man, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do for my kids. And I didn't understand that, you know, when you hear parents or you hear older people say it's nothing I wouldn't do for my children, like that's an unconditional love that I can't explain. So when I became a father, like my discipline just went up another level. You know, me being young and having access to so much, you know, it's easy to not have discipline. It's easy to just, you know, go do what you want to do when you want to do it. But now that I know that I have kids to think about, I always think 3, 4, or 5 times before I make a decision.
For sure that. And just a couple more questions, brother, we wrap it up. Do you feel like celebrities, or especially like Chicago celebrities, are obligated to donate back to Chicago?
I don't really feel like nobody obligated to do anything. I'm never that person to say, you know, that somebody is obligated or has to do something. But I think if you relate to, you know, where you come from and you understand these people, and when I look at these kids and I look in their eyes, it is something that I just want to do as a person. I want to help, I want to give back, even if it's just a conversation. You don't know, a conversation could change somebody's life. It don't have to be financially, you know what I'm saying? You could give back to your community in a mental way, in a spiritual way, whatever way to just pour back into your community and get resources, you know. So I wouldn't say nobody obligated to do it, but I think it's the right thing to do.
For sure, brother. And like you said, it doesn't have to be monetary, you know, stuff like this. It's a good way to give back.
Go a long way, you know. I can't remember like me growing up and seeing somebody that I really looked up to come back and just say what's up, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I believe in tangible things. So if you put something in front of somebody, if you can see it, you can actually become it, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to just be a person that come back to the community and just give back any way I can.
For sure. And just one more question, G Herbo. With as big as you are as a rap artist, you know, and you've been in the game for over 10 years now. You're a nationwide, you're a worldwide name. What keeps you humble? What keeps you grounded?
man, y'all people, you know, just being around my people and just it make me feel like, you know, a normal person, and it give me like inspiration to know that so many people like believe in me, you know what I'm saying, count on me, respect me, like admire my music and who I am as a man, not only just an artist, you know what I'm saying. So I think that's what keep me grounded, just being able to come and get love from genuine people, you know, because in the industry, it's all work, and you don't really know what's real and what's not. You don't know if people really genuinely care for you because you are Herbo or just really because you're a good person. So when I'm around genuine people and I can feel that energy, because I'm that kind of guy, I feel energy and I feel when things are real, that's what keep me grounded, you know, that's what keep me humble.
For sure, that Herb. Well, I appreciate you chopping it up with us today, man. Before we leave, though, you got a word for the youth that you can leave them?
Absolutely, man. Everybody in here, you know, every boy, every girl in this room, every adult, I just want to say that no obstacle in life is too hard. There's nothing that you can't endure, especially coming from Chicago. I know that we do go through a lot, and there's a lot that we do experience and see, but I want y'all to know that you can add this fuel to your fire, and it's all a part of your journey. I believe in everybody in here, and you a star in your own kind of way, and you know, we all God's children, and I love y'all.
You coming to, man, give it up for G Herbo.
It's Big G Herbo checking in my nigga DJ University. Let's get it, man. Take them boys to school.